Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to part two. And this story is about the company that I worked for prior to the company that I worked for in part one. I'm trying to, no, I won't name the company because I want to, I don't want to make it seem like I'm bad mouthing the company because I actually worked with some really decent people there. But let me tell you the nature of the job. What you're seeing here on the screen is an overhead view of a press that I worked at. Now, this company manufactured plastic bags. And to give you an idea what kind of plastic bags they were, one of the clients was Roadrunner Salt. And if you go into Lowe's or whatever, Menards, they carry that brand of salt. This company took bags and they printed things on it, and the printing was done in either water-based or alcohol-based ink. So, you had an operator, which was me, who stood here and loaded rolls of film into the machine, which ended up here, where the operator took them off. Now, the film would go under the floor and up this set of impression rollers and would end up going through this set of impression rollers and then would go over this part of the press, come down this side, go under the floor, come back up and back into this. Now this area here was basically just a spot where the operator could stand and monitor the print quality. So here's the issue with this. And to this day, I have a hard time processing this. And wait do I tell you about it? When this machine needed water to flush out the impression rollers, the press assistant would go to a spigot right here where the cursor is and would fill up 5-gallon buckets of water and roll them to the press, or the water would then be used to flush the rollers out. Now, this came up at a meeting, and I'll never forget this because I remember sitting there thinking, how do I couch this question in a way that the owner of the company doesn't think that I'm running him down? But at any rate, my question was, why don't we just tap into the copper water line that's running into this tap and run the water straight to the machine? Because it seems to me that would solve just a whole bunch of problems. It would take much less time, it would greatly decrease the downtime of the machine. You could set up fittings and hoses to where you could flush the rollers out right on the machine. So, and hey, indoor plumbing, it's something that's existed for a long time now. Now, first of all, this is the kind of problem that, in my humble opinion, really shouldn't have existed in the first place. And what's worse, I would bet any amount of money that if I went to the company today, this has still not been remedied. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why, other than the fact that it has something to do with the egos of the people running the company. They didn't like one of their employees telling them that something was wrong. I don't have a lot to add to that, but I kind of want to give you a snapshot of things you run into. I know this isn't a unique situation. This is probably going on in other factories and other places in the United States. But anyway, I wanted to share it with you. If you have a similar experience, you could let me know about it, or you have any other thoughts, you can put them in the comments. And I want to thank you very much for watching the video.